Folks, we are live! Welcome to the Bad Guy Maddox Twitch TV channel. I am Bad Guy Maddox, Twitch's #1 bad guy, and we are coming at you today, folks, with another episode of Combat Evolved. Where's my music? I got my tunes playing. I got my music. Oh my goodness, Mata. Infernal wanting that. Oh, what the hell is
Someone
this?
Gift this man a pancake.
Gifted subs from Lion Cub City to start us off. Maddox, I think your account got hacked on Discord. For some reason, you blocked Barry on Twitter. He deserved it. I don't think there was any mistake with that, my friend. I think it was well deserved. Bad news, Boda, baby. I'm gonna go on to New Japan Pro Wrestling, New Beginnings in New Jersey. That's actually kind of hype, man. Congrats. Hope you have a great time. You know what my rule is. If you're gonna go to a wrestling show, send some photos. Tell us how it was, bro. Already at a level 2 hype train today, folks. 50% of the way there. I'll take any of the hype trains I can get. I appreciate the love and support you guys show every stream that we have here today. This Combat League, I kind of DM'd some folks about some stuff. I'm gonna be very vague. That's all I'm gonna say. I DM'd some folks about some stuff going down tonight. I'm very curious to see how things turn out, how you guys feel about what happens on this show. This is gonna be a show that you want to pay attention to. Riot Spider, thank you for the sub. Belt Collector Set is here. We love to see you, man. Set from League of Legends. I might go to the WWE show in San Antonio in March. You should. If you have a chance to go to a live event, whether it's WWE, AEW, your local wrestling promotion, if the price is good, it's affordable, go have some fun, man. I think live shows are fun. Shuri versus Athena is going to slap. Absolutely. Shuri, I think the last match I really saw of hers, and my phone is doing Siri when I say that. The last Shuri match, or I guess, is it Shuri is how you say her name, right? I think the last match I saw of hers was Saya Kamatani at Wrestle Kingdom. I have been out of the loop on Stardom, dude. That used to be kind of like my go-to wrestling promotion, and I unfortunately haven't been watching, so there's just a lot of stuff that I've been missing out on. All these subs, man. My pretties, I like it, dude. Lion Cub, you always just, you know how to start the stream. You always know how to get the stream active, bro. We appreciate you. Nothing but love for my guy. So folks, how we doing? How has this week been? I know some of you guys in school, some of you guys out of school. I'm pumped that the weather is finally getting better. I've had snow in my front yard and backyard for the last 2 weeks, and this shit on Saturday was slick as hell. I was out there slicking and sliding trying to get to the car. Thought I was gonna bust my ass. And then we went out for my nephew's birthday. We went to a pizza place, and my sister, she lives like 15-20 minutes from where I'm at, and so me and Nacho Mac, we took my sister home after the birthday party, and I had to walk her to her house because she don't mess with ice either. Her whole front porch, nothing but fucking ice. I raced her to that wall. I was browsing that wall like this, just trying to walk her to her door. Got up to 54 degrees. That's legit. DS Gaming, hello. So I'm gonna be real, I had to change this opening match. Man, I messaged these guys Friday about how to access these CAWs, and I got nothing back other than DS Gaming. He was the only one who had a CAW ready. And then I get a message from Little Zayn. The first message Little Zayn said was, I'll have my CAW ready. And then I get a message from him like 30 minutes ago that he wants to pick a different character. So I'm going with plan B. I know Lil Xan, I said I'd try to get you on the show. I can't do it. I'm doing plan B because I actually like it a little bit more than what I had planned for the opening match. We're going to get your new wrestler on a future Combat League show, probably the next show, just to make up for it. But I feel much better about doing the second option that I had. They didn't want to tussle with the muscle. Cody Saturn, don't get me started, because if there's one thing you want to know about me, I will roast CAWs. I have not had a good look at your CAW yet, but you better believe when this show starts, I'm gonna try to be nice. I haven't seen them, but I'm gonna try to be nice, because usually I just kind of sit here and I cook them. And you know, that's just part of the fun. I mean, they're CAWs. It's not like it's anything personal. And those that survived the cook, they're still here. Satanta's still here. I could never roast anyone. Poco, oh, by the way, guys, if you don't know, the Combat League shows are up on YouTube. Genesis and The Last Combat Evolved, they're uploaded, ready to watch on YouTube. They are there. Everything's good. So if you are following the YouTube channel, you have access to it. If you are not following the YouTube channel, you better be following that damn YouTube channel. If you need a link to the Combat League YouTube channel, I'm gonna post that link right now because I actually don't remember it. Let's go to my channel here. This is the Combat League channel. Click that link, that's gonna get you there. R.I.P. Foster. Everybody, let's have a moment of silence for Doug Foster. Not R.I.P. Foster. I do want to talk about that show. Doug Foster and Smoke Morgan, I thought that match was hype. I thought you guys, I thought the match was fun. I don't care if they spent most of the time fighting in front of the ambulance. That it is an ambulance match. That's how you win the match. They're beating the hell out of each other. My one thing that bothered me is I didn't like that Doug Foster no-sold the powerbomb. However, I kind of just like, in my head canon, he didn't move out of the way of that frog splash. So, what is this message? That's from Big Boss. What a week, huh? 10 stream streak. RIP Doug. I'd bring back Foster, to be honest. Here's the thing. Never say never, right? I want to make it clear that Doug Foster, as far as I'm concerned, is not permanently gone from Combat League. That said, you guys know me. We've had these conversations before with Real Wrestling. I am a big proponent of if you have a big, brutal match and it's a blow-off match, the loser has to sell the match. So I don't believe in Doug Foster coming right back to the next show or the show after that or the show after that like nothing happened. This guy got beat to a pulp. Let's write him off for a little bit. When we're ready to revisit Doug Foster, we will revisit Doug Foster. Right now, I would have done the same thing for Smoke Morgan. Whoever lost that match, you're going to have to take some time off. And it's okay because Doug Foster, right after that match was over, Lion Cup DM'd me and said, I have a new wrestler I want to play. And, you know, we're going to see that wrestler tonight. Wink, wink. Got some hype chests. Got a little emote. So folks, I don't know. How did we feel about Combat League? We're 2 shows back. I'm feeling very motivated, very driven with these shows. I don't feel burned out at all. What's up, Lil Craig? He said Jay out for like a year, and I'm still in catering. Should I slap Maddox, girl? You better get on somewhere. Nobody slaps me. I want to wait for Skriz to kind of hop in here before we get going. No big deal if he doesn't, though. I'm also trying to figure out how I want to do my layout for the stream. I kind of want to just put the chat on my iPad. It's just kind of right here. I can see it. I can read it. Versus, you know, when I go back and edit these and put these shows, when I edit these shows and put them on YouTube, it kind of bugs me that most of the time I'm like, oh yeah, I'm straining to read what's said. Or I don't even see the messages. I think right here, I got it right here locked in. But then what that really means is I need to figure out how I'm going to narrate the show because I don't want to read from there either. So it's going to be a little give and take, I think. This is going to be an interesting experiment. I mean, I guess I could use my phone. I don't know why I'm not using my phone for the chat. We shouldn't wait for him. It'll be embarrassing when he loses for the 4th time. Can't believe I get to chant fuck Don Cal. So Callis is going to be at that New Beginning show? Who are we waiting for? I usually like to wait for Skriz. I'm going to say, well, what time? I started the stream 9 minutes and 30 seconds ago. We'll give it another minute and then we can start. Big show tonight. Let's go over the show before I get going. Like I said, I had to make some changes to the opening match. I don't want to really reveal what that opening match is. We do have Bayley versus Chelsea Green. Get some women on the card. The match that I'm looking forward to, I'm not going to front, Will Ospreay versus Myron Reed. I think that's going to be fire. Tag team match. We got the Young Bucks against Bullet Club, Dead or Alive, Juice Robinson and Muerte. And then our main event, it is the Combat League World Championship title eliminator. We're doing Fenix and Dominik Mysterio Part 4. Dominik is 0-3 against Rey Fenix. And before anybody in this chat roasts Dominik Mysterio, I want to point out that Rey Fenix has lit every single one of you motherfuckers who've gotten in the ring with him up. So don't start, because former Mint, you took the biggest ass whooping from Rey Fenix. Yoshihiro Takayama threw this guy on his neck outside of the ring and still lost. Fenix is that dude. But Dominik says he's going to do it this time. He says he's got it. He's going to make it happen. And you know what? Fenix is a fighting champion. I don't think he cares who accepts the champion, who accepts the title eliminator. He's getting in that ring. You didn't lose 3 times. That's fair, but Dominik had better showings than Seth Rollins did. The main event of our pay-per-view, and Seth Rollins got the dog shit beat out of him. It was crazy. Oh shit, this isn't the fucking Combat League I want to read. Which one is it? Is it this one? Okay. Slim the Demigod, what up? What up? Why are you saying God damn it, Maddox? All right, folks. Are we ready for tonight's stream? Are you guys? I forgot to toast. I don't have a drink, so I'm going to hold up my copy of Sonic Racers to my boy Junior Mata. Great man. Awesome dude. Glad he's discovered this stream. I love having him here. He's the homie. Go. When I get my water, I'll get a water here in a little bit once I start screaming. So once I do that, forgetting that first, well, and I think that's what motivated. I think Barry Barnes doing that bullshit is what's really taking Fenix to the next level. So folks, are we ready for this show tonight? If we are ready, can we please get hype in this damn chat? Can you guys turn it up in the chat? Can we make some noise? Can I see y'all just start spazzing out? I need to see y'all go crazy. I need to see y'all roast each other, start cooking each other, lighting each other up like it's nobody's business. We got Ryan Spider, we got Junior Mata. I don't know what Junior Mata's doing. Junior Mata just like put his head on his keyboard and went droop, droop, back and forth from left to right. Another gifted sub. This man a pancake. For Mr. Fart Spray himself. And tonight's Combat Evolved starts, and we have Dominik Mysterio. He is backstage warming up for the main event of the evening, and he's doing his little workouts, but he stops because Liv Morgan has approached him, and Liv, she looks so annoyed. So she's rolling her eyes, she's arms are folded, and she says, "I'm giving you one more chance." And Dominik has a smirk on his face and it looks like our lovebirds have been reunited tonight. I wonder if there's any correlation between that and the fact that Dominik has a championship match. I wonder if there's any connection there. Let me get all this stuff moved over, and then we're going to get set up for our first match of the night. I need this is the thing that annoys me, is the switching headphones part. Oh, Cody Rhodes, Cody Raheem Rhodes, why? All right, like I said, I had to make some changes to this opening match. Well, hey, so King Zayn, I don't know if you heard me, but I've changed my mind on the opening match tonight. We are going to use your new wrestler on the next stream. I'm going to go ahead and just make this. Man, no, come on, dude. That shit was funny as hell. How y'all feeling? What up, Sean Harris? I actually might do a little something too. I might put a faction together. Welcome to Combat League, and we just heard Liv Morgan giving Dominik Mysterio one more chance. And I mean, again, what are the odds? Did Liv Morgan standing by her man as he gets a title shot, and tonight we've Got our opening match here. This was supposed to be a rookie showcase, supposed to showcase some new wrestlers, and Cody Saturn making his debut. And there's been a little shakeup. I've been told that this opening match has changed. I'm not sure in what capacity, but Cody Saturn, man, this is a big moment for him, man. And you can tell, I mean, a little nervous. You can see the jitters. See the jitters in Cody Saturn as he in that ring, and I wonder who he's stepping in the ring with.
Well,
oh no! Oh no! This is not good for Cody Saturn. And you know, after what happened last week with Adam Page, you know this man is coming in angry. And boy, I would not look at the camera cuts to Cody Saturn. If he wasn't nervous before, he is most definitely nervous now. Man, the Big Show. How about Adam Page coming out and backing the Big Show down? That was last Combat Evolved, and this boy, he is not happy. Well, y'all want to do predictions for this match? Cody, good luck, man. And I do mean that. I have nothing but the utmost respect. Look at Cody gonna take the fight to Big Show, but I think you might have made a mistake. My goodness, Big Show drop kicking. Look at that massive right hand, that bear-like paw. And Cody, he better have a game plan here. He better have something figured out. Oh, and a kick to the lower back. Cody, this young man all over it. I know, Big Show instead. Who's the randomized 2K wrestler in the ring? Don't hate no Cody Saturn. Young rookie making his Combat League debut, and you want to talk, oh man, massive elbow to Mr. Saturn, and show that angry giant just flinging Saturn to the outside. And Saturn DDT! That kid's got that dog in him! But no, wait, maybe not anymore. Saturn just being choked on the outside. I'm really not sure what to say about this attire, but you know what? He's rocking it. Thank God he's saying he's the randomized. Cody got that. See, he likes the Seahawks. Big Seahawks fan is Cody. And I don't think Big Show gives a damn what team Cody Saturn likes, because he just spiked him on his head. Another leg drop. And now going to work on the neck. And Saturn trying to roll out of that ring. And I don't blame him, on the apron now. And Show says you're not going anywhere and throws him right back in. And you got to imagine, oh, the kid! The kid's fighting back. What I was gonna say is you have to imagine Show a little more pissed off than he normally is after Adam Page. I mean, I don't want to really say embarrass him because I don't want to piss off Big Show, but Saturn DDT, this kid's got something in him. Just when you think he's out, cover him, get the pin here. Get the pin here, it's Cody. Shoulder up. Kick to the midsection. Saturn. Oh my goodness! You've got to be kidding! Can Toni do it? Shoulder up again! And this crowd actually kind of getting behind Saturn. Code breaker! And Show! I mean, come on, Cody. Keep going after it. Cody's not stopping. You got to give this kid his props. All heart. All heart. And a kick from just slingshotting back in, kicking Show right in the chest. And now Cody going to work, and no, Big Show kicks him off. You know what? Say what you want. This kid's fighting. This kid's fighting. Saturn goes low, and Big Show, that's a clothesline. Never mind. And I think Saturn kick. No, Big Show catches it. Oh, goodness. Oh, no. And, oh, elevated spine buster. And Cody, I think, he knows where his strength lies, the high flying. He's using those ropes, and he's using them well. And a kick from Saturn comes off the top. Hurricane Rana. Saturn I thought he was going for a roll up, but instead rose through and kicked Show. I think Show's a little bit more surprised. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh no. Oh no. Showstopper! That might be jokes and chats, but it ain't jokes in the ring right now. What the fuck? He does a showstopper and then a small package pin. And Show just chooses to... So we're going to say Show gets up from that pinfall. He stops the count. Showstopper, and he gets up. He could have finished the match and chose not to. What the hell? What the hell? Somehow! Some way, Saturn! Some way he does it! And another kick out. And you gotta give this kid his props. He's digging deep. He actually might have won it here. He won. Wow, okay. This is perfect because I want to actually, this is the finish to the match. We're going to do some improvisation here, if you will. Big Show is beating the shit out of this kid the entire match. And there are moments in this match where Saturn comes back. But Show is just like swatting this kid. And Show drops him with a showstopper. But but then he could go for the pin. But Big Show elects not to. He breaks the pin and he picks Cody up and he hits him with another showstopper. And he could go for the pin again. He chooses not to. He's not done. And he puts his hand around Cody Saturn's throat again. And as he's about to lift him up for another chokeslam, a theme song hits the PA system. And he's got his hand around Cody Saturn's throat. And Adam Page's theme song hits the PA system. And Big Show sees Adam Page come out on stage, and Big Show lets Cody Saturn go. And Show exits the ring, and Adam Page tosses his jacket off, and he's daring Big Show to come up the ramp, and Show walks up the ramp. I will break you, Cowboy! I will break you! And Cowboy, come on, Big Show! Bring it! And these two are jack and jaw. They're yelling at each other. But what Big Show doesn't realize is the entire time he's out there arguing with Adam Page, the referee is counting him out. And before Big Show even realizes what's happened, Adam Page has a smirk on his face, and the referee, raise a bell! Big Show has been counted out, and Tony Saturn has just won via count out, and Big Show, he gets in the ring, and he's about to go after Cody Saturn, but Cody Saturn rolls out and makes a quick retreat up the ramp. Where he runs up the ramp and he's next to Adam Page, and Adam Page raises Cody Saturn's arm in the air. Winner right here! And Big Show can just get in the referee's face. That's bullshit! You know that's bullshit! And the referee, I counted, man. You were counted out. Adam Page celebrating with Cody Saturn on stage, and Big Show absolutely beside himself. A dub is a dub. That's right. And after the match, we get a recap of that main event from the last Combat Evolved, that ambulance match between Doug Foster and Smoke Morgan. And, like I said, if you didn't hear me before, Combat Evolved from last week and Genesis, they're both up on YouTube. And, both men beat the hell out of each other. There were all kinds of brutal spots. And, Doug Foster, the kid showed some heart. The kid showed some fight. But Smoke Morgan was ultimately the one who got the job done. And we cut to a Smoke Morgan promo after the match. And he's got his head stitched up. And he says, Doug, I'm going to give it to that kid. That little bastard's got a lot of heart. Most men wouldn't give me the kind of fight he did. But Foster has more heart than brains, and I taught him an important lesson about knowing when to quit. I did what I did to Doug because I could have just let him go in that ambulance, but I pulled his carcass out and I spiked him right on his head, not once, but twice, because I want Doug Foster done for good. And now that Doug Foster is finally finished, I only have one focus: championship gold. The days of Smoke Morgan, the mercenary for hire, are over. I don't care if it's Haku Sakamoto, Dominik Mysterio, Fenix, or hell, even CM Punk. Old man, you can get your ass whooped too. I will become a Combat League champion. And we then go backstage, Blizz Boda with Will Ospreay, and Blizz Boda, Ospreay, last week, you came out and you slapped Chris Jericho right in his face, and just gotta say, what was going on in your mind? And Will Ospreay says, let's just call it what it is. It was the slap heard around the world. And I believe I literally slapped the taste out of Bruv's mouth. I did what I did because this is typical Chris Jericho behavior. For the last several years, Jericho has been nothing but a leech. And I'm just going to say the quiet part out loud. Pro wrestling has passed you up, bruv. You can't hang with the current roster, and I think it's that insecurity that has caused you to develop the ego that you have. Jericho, you're wrong. Combat League doesn't need you. What Combat League needs are men like Adam Page and a fighting champion like Fenix and a young man who's certain to be the future of pro wrestling like Myron Reed, which is exactly why I asked for this match tonight. I've seen Myron Reed wrestle, and that kid has something special. And tonight, I want to see that something special for myself. And Ospreay walks away, and how about that? Big words from Ospreay, and let's talk about our next pay-per-view, folks. Our next pay-per-view is potentially being penciled in for March 20th or the 19th. It's either Thursday the 19th or Friday the 20th. I haven't quite decided yet. And after everything that happened in Genesis, after everything that happened from Genesis with the winner-takes-all titles, with different companies winning different titles, this show is going to be called Unified. Now, one match that I am for sure confirming for Unified, it is going to be the Journey Valkyrie World Champion Beth Phoenix unifying her title against Toni Storm and her Combat League Women's World Championship. That is going to be one of her matches. And the other match confirmed for that show, it is going to be CM Punk challenging the Combat League Men's World Champion, whether that is Dominik Mysterio or Fenix. And it's at this time we have CM Punk via satellite. We're going to talk to CM Punk about his match with Fenix. Punk, are you with us? And Punk shows up in the Jumbotron. Yeah, I'm here, Maddox. Punk, thank you again for spending some time with us. As you just heard, Unified coming up in March, our next pay-per-view. You will be challenging the winner of Fenix and Dominik Mysterio. And I got to ask, what's going on in your mind? It feels like we just did this at Genesis with Fenix and Yoshiro Takayama, and now you do it again. You're either fighting Fenix or you're fighting Dominik Mysterio. And I got to know, What's on your mind? What are your thoughts? Rey Fenix just wanting to prove that he's a fighting champion. And CM Punk says, yeah, I got to be honest. I respect Rey Fenix for being a fighting champion, but then you also have to keep in mind, there was that kid Icarus. Icarus, he was a little overambitious. Icarus, he went over his limits, and Icarus paid the price for flying too close to the sun. I guess what I'm trying to say, Maddox, is Rey Fenix's undoing is going to be his willingness to his willingness to get in the ring with anyone who wants a shot. Now, Rey Fenix is young. I made those exact same mistakes when I was his age, and when I was hungry, like him. But in my older years, in my wizened years, I've learned from that. If Rey Fenix isn't at 100%, if Rey Fenix can't bring his absolute best at Unified, he's gonna lose the Combat League World Championship, and that's if he hasn't already lost it to Dominik Mysterio. And Punk, let's talk about Dominik Mysterio. He's worked his way into another potential title match, and Punk said, I saw the Lovebirds at the beginning of the show. Dominik and Liv are back together. Oh, how great. I'm so happy for them. But let me just make this statement clear. If it is Dominik Mysterio I'm facing at Unified, I've got to go to sleep with his and Liv's name on it, because no one is going to stop me from becoming the Combat League World Champion. All right, Punk, thank you for that. And CM Punk challenging the Combat League World Champion at Unified. Let's take it back to ringside. This dude is obviously favored by Brett. What kind of shit is that? Retro, I didn't have time to pull you up for that interview, man. Well, next time I get something written, we'll for sure do it again. I'm also just, we're back at ringside. Women's action, seconds away from going down. Chelsea Green. And I mean, she's not had the most favorable presentation in Combat League. Coming up short in a couple of matches, but has an opportunity to turn that around. She's got a big match against Bayley tonight. Chelsea Green played by Sean Harris, and Bayley played by former Mint. Good luck, gentlemen, in this match. Both of you guys, I think, looking for a big win, and this will be good. Let's look at this chat. I mean, I can be if Dom can get 4 title shots, I can at least get a second one. Stand for our president. I got this. This is my match. Well, Sean Harris has to be feeling a certain type of way after losing to Cody Saturn, which, by the way, Cody Saturn, good job on that performance. You've earned what's his name's respect? Adam Page, man. You've earned Adam Page's respect, and that's a relationship that I'm actually going to do something with. Not just make them maybe a tag team, student protege type thing. Punk sounds like he's going to give Dom a tough time if he becomes a world champion. What's up, Anazar? Glad to see you in here, man. Disco Inferno for Combat League? I would prefer not. I'm not a Disco Inferno guy. If you are great, it'll never be me. Cody Saturn should... There is no FTP. I don't know where this is coming from. Bayley fired up. And how could you not be fired up after this show so far? I love what Will Ospreay had to say. And you know what? I really am I'm enjoying this Chris Jericho, Will Ospreay feud. The highlight, if I think Rey is going to beat his ass. Damn, man. So it looks like we have people, it's mostly a Rey Fenix chat tonight. Chelsea all by herself. Singles action getting underway, and again, kind of like I was saying, these women trying to make the climb in the division. We do know Annabelle Adams the new Twitch TV champion after last week's Combat Evolved. And meanwhile, Toni Storm and Beth Phoenix looking to unify the Combat League and Journey World Championships at Unified, our next pay-per-view. And Chelsea Green, wrist lock. You got to think, I mean, we heard what Smoke Morgan said after his situation was resolved with Doug Foster. He is now looking at championship gold. If you're Bayley or Chelsea Green, you win this match tonight, you probably have your eyes on a title. You're probably looking at a lady like Annabelle, Miss Annabelle Adams, Miss Annabelle Barnes. Sorry, I got that, they just annoy the hell out of me. You're probably looking at a match with that lady. Or, you know, if you continue to climb up the ladder, you're probably looking at Toni Storm and Beth Phoenix. You're probably wanting to take on the unified champion. But it all starts tonight. Hey, Beanie Boy has joined the Bad Guy Club. As the newest member of the club, you receive a pair of sunglasses, a switchblade, and a leather jacket. So thank you for joining the Bad Guy Club. And remember to stay bad, because being bad is fun. Welcome in, brother. We are glad to have you, sir. And this interactive universe is open to all parties. No money involved. If this is something you're interested in, just hit the command ! join. Or DM me on Discord. Pinfall from Bayley, or no, I'm sorry, from Chelsea Green. And these two are just very evenly matched here, locking up again. And I think this match a little bit more scientific than I would have expected to start things off. Waist lock from Bayley and Chelsea Green trying to figure out a way to break it, and does so and takes control of the waist lock. I mean, after the madness that was Cody Saturn and Big Show, a little bit more technical wrestling here. I like this change. Very interesting grappling from the two. And and cranking on the neck. Hey, welcome in, Benny. Glad to see you, dude. Hope you enjoy the stream. Hope you're having fun here. Hope you stick with us. We like to talk wrestling, food, and video games. And we also have this little e-fed called Combat League that, I don't know, I can't speak for, I only speak for myself, I guess. I think it's fun. At least I have fun doing it. Bayley now in control. Going to work on the knee. Interesting choice here. What a submission from Bayley. Bayley showing, I mean, a technical side I don't think we've seen. Chelsea with a counter, though. Fantastic match, man. Interesting chess match between the two. And now Chelsea. Bayley up. Right hand from Bayley. Gets back on her feet. A clothesline in, and Chelsea Green over the top. And we saw Big Show get counted out earlier. Chelsea Green could be in that same situation, but Bayley coming down with the crossbody. And this is why they call it Combat League. It is putting everything on the line. Going out, not coasting, trying to prove that you're the best in the world. And oh, wait a minute, right hands for Chelsea. Great-o! A Rough Rider on the outside! This is CPU versus CPU, brother. No skill required. If you like pro wrestling, if you like imaginative pro wrestling, coming up with storylines, do your own thing, this is the stream for you. If you just want to come in here and talk pro wrestling with some really cool people, this is the stream for you, man. We're a very welcoming community. Everyone's welcome here. Very inclusive. I don't tolerate foolishness. We'd love to have you. Pinfall from Bayley. Chelsea Green out at 2 after that Rose plan, and wow, taking a little bit more than what Bayley thought to get it done, and now goes for an armbar, going back to that submission base. And then you really gotta give Bayley her props on the technical wrestling components. Hello, what are your Fed rules? Morningstar, you wanna know the rules? Have fun, show up to the stream and chat with us, become part of our community. You pick 2 wrestlers. You can pick a male and a female wrestler, a male and a tag team, or a female and a tag team. The joining screen is here. So this is the character sheet. And then this is our Discord. So join our Discord. We'd love to have you. Let me see. Bitty Boy, may I request a wrestler for a match? You can request a wrestler to play as. As far as requesting a match, you gotta pick. Each Combat League stream is like an episode of Raw. I already have the matches written out. I have all the storylines and stuff planned. We will get you on the next stream if you are down to stick with us. Chelsea Green kick. Oh, Wait a minute, pinfall from Chelsea. I was not expecting such a mat-based match between these two, and it's been awesome. Bayley with the clothesline. I think that pin catching Bayley by surprise. A little frustrated as Bayley in big chops now. Wait, Chelsea right hand. Blocks the chop, fires away with the right hand, and Bayley running right into an elbow. And demanding that Bayley get back to her feet. But I don't know, taking too much time. Wait, snapmare. The short URL is not working. Well, that's no good. Okay, I will fix that. Thank you for calling that to my attention. I will just send you this list here. Bayley to belly suplex. All right, this link. Use this link here. Bayley stalking Chelsea Green. No, Green moves out of the way. Another pinfall from Green. She has Bayley trapped too. Could she have it here? No, Bayley out of two. Both women back up. Right hand from Bayley. Bayley takes the back. Neck breaker. What the hell? Bayley going to the turnbuckle instead. Oh, rolling European uppercut. That was clean. Clean uppercut from Bayley. Wait a minute. Chelsea Green counters. Wrist lock and slams Bayley to the canvas. This feels like I don't know if you guys ever watched early Ring of Honor stuff, but this reminds me of like AJ Styles and Paul London. Chelsea Green middle rope. Oh, another Rough Rider off the middle. Pinfall. And Bayley out of two. Riot Spider, watch the VOD. I need you to watch the VOD when you get a chance. Good night. As always, my brother, much love. Glad that you're part of this family. Sleep well, big bro. Or maybe little bro. I think you're young. You're the younger of us. Sleep well, younger bro. Chelsea choking Bayley against that turnbuckle. And then how excellent has these two have been, just matching each other hold for hold. Now a pinfall from Chelsea. Bayley kicks out. Bayley with a counter. What up, witch doctor? Wait, Bayley kicking the leg out from Chelsea Green and another rose plant. And Bayley picks up the win. And man, what a contest. Chelsea Green has nothing to be upset about with that performance. And Chelsea Green and Bayley, they look at each other across the ring, and I think there's a sense of respect between the two. They both nod at each other. Again, a fantastic performance from Bayley. You can't take anything away from Chelsea Green. What a match. Let's see what we have planned. Oops. One thing I do like is that I have a remote for this.
Here is your winner,
That was a really great match. And after the match is over and the ring's cleared out, Toni Storm, the timeless one. I said she was going to be here tonight. Toni Storm struts out on stage with the microphone in one hand and the Combat League Women's World Championship around her waist. And her music cuts off and she says, I know my fans have just been dying to see their star. But before Toni Storm can even finish speaking, So Ruka comes out from behind and attacks, knocking Toni Storm down on stage with a clubbing blow. And then Toni Storm rolls down the ramp and So Ruka right behind her just chasing after her. And So Ruka, let's go back to, let's talk about how this happened. So Ruka initially had a World Championship match scheduled for Capital Combat. That was our first pay-per-view back in September, but she was attacked and put out of commission. She was found in the parking lot laid out. A lot of that blame was put on Beth Phoenix, but it was in fact Toni Storm who carried out this attack, and Toni cited that a match with So Ruka does not interest her because she does not believe So Ruka is a star. And I don't think So Ruka gives a damn about any of that because she is laying in a Toni Storm in the ring, Toni Storm in that turnbuckle, and So Ruka just lighting her up with right hand after right hand, and Toni is trying her damnedest to get away from So, but So is not letting her get away, and she instead, she is just fired up, and So Ruka would have Toni Storm dead to rights if it wasn't for Toni's faithful butler, Luther, who makes a beeline from the back. And he gets in the ring and he grabs So Ruka and he traps her arms behind her back. And this gives Toni Storm the advantage that she's been looking for. And Toni Storm says, "Oh, you're gonna pay now, you beach blonde bitch." And Toni Storm strikes with a slap. But So Ruka is able to break free from Luther's grip. And this results in Toni slapping Luther instead. And Toni is dismayed that she's flubbed and she slapped Luther, and she's checking on Luther. And Ruka uses this moment's hesitation to run to the ropes. A So Snatcher is imminent, but Luther, however, shoves Toni Storm out of the way and he eats the So Snatcher instead. And with Luther out cold in the ring, courtesy of a So Snatcher, So Ruka stands tall and looks out at Toni Storm, who has managed to leave the ring, and she has retreated back up the entrance ramp. And Toni Storm's music, So Ruka's music hits the PA system. And So Ruka says, "I'll be seeing you real soon, Toni." And Toni holds up the championship and says, "Never! Never! You'll never be champion, you harlot! Never!" And we go backstage where Annika Hex is with Juice Robinson. And Annika Hex says, "Juice, later tonight you have a tag team match. You and Muerte, both members of Bullet Club, Dead or Alive, will be going one-on-one with the Young Bucks, making their tag team debut in Combat League. And you have to think, with Aysen Darkhan and Hook levying an open season to anyone who wants a challenge for their tag titles, you have to think that this is a big match with title implications." And Juice Robinson says, "Big match tonight with the Young Bucks. And with Unified coming up, that's where I want to be." No, let me rephrase that. I need to be a Combat League champion, and Muerte, he's had gold, and believe me, he wants the gold again. But I'm going to be honest, I'm just not as dialed in as I should be. And Juice Robinson takes off his sunglasses. "And that's because of you, Haku. You used to call Jay White family, but I grew up in this business with Jay. In an industry where you're told to trust no one, Jay is the closest thing to a brother that I have, and for the rest of my life, the image of you caving his head in Japan will haunt me. I should have been there. It's my fault. It's my fault that Jay is laid up in a hospital, taking every single concussion protocol test with his jaw wired shut. But Haku, oh, my man Haku, what I do to you, that will be your fault. You will never see me coming, but I swear on my life that when I get my hands on you, you're going to wish that you would have stayed in Japan." And Juice Robinson storms off, man. A lot of fire in that kid, a lot of anger, and I can't blame him after what Haku Sakamoto did to his best friend, Jay White. And we're going to take it back to ringside. Hopefully, Young Bucks win. We need fresh talent. This MF. Just talking her shit for no reason. Dude, we're only an hour into the stream, dude. We're kind of going through the broadcast tonight. This might be a short one. Well, and you never know. The tag match could take forever. Let's get Myron Reed's theme song queued up. And Myron Reed, super hot fire. This match is going to be fire. I like Myron Reed, man. I've seen this guy wrestle a lot. Myron Reed and Will Ospreay, I think they are about to do the thing tonight. Myron Reed's an actual wrestler. He's in AEW right now. But he's been killing it on the regional scene, man. He's good. High flyer. He's married to Killer Kelly. He's worked everywhere. I've seen this guy wrestle in Bumfuck, Kentucky multiple times, and this guy handles business. He's with the Rascals. Myron Reed for the win. Do you know who he's wrestling? It don't matter because this match is gonna be fire anyway.
I've been breaking backs. I've been snapping necks. When I show up, Captain Crunch, then I grab my
Myron Reed making his debut. Let's get a prediction up on this one. I should have had predictions up on the other ones, dude. Yeah, this match is gonna rock. This match is gonna be fucking good. And he said, Combat League, he shouted out Myron Reed and said Combat League belongs to wrestlers like Myron Reed, a guy that he thinks is gonna be the future of professional wrestling. Oh my God, we eating tonight. What up, Chris? Will better win. So, I mean, I got people saying Ospreay. I got people saying Myron Reed. You know this is good. This is what it's about, man. Combat League. Ospreay saying he's wanting to show it and talking about Jericho, believing Jericho, is a leech. And I mean, the way Jericho was talking on his debut, the stuff he was saying at the beginning of the show, I think maybe Ospreay's onto something. And here's the real winner tonight. We're the winners because we're about to get this fire-ass match. Ospreay, Myron Reed starting things off, and they're going to lock it up. Ospreay, and these two do shake hands before the match starts. Ospreay and Myron do shake hands. Little Craig, Riot Spider, good luck, homies. Elbows for Myron Reed to break up that grapple. And now Myron Irish whipping Ospreay into that turnbuckle. Oh shit, we're about to see some high flying already. No, wait, knee for Myron. Middle rope, what's he got planned here? Myron, oh, comes down with the leg drop. And that's what we're talking about, man. In many ways, Myron, Morningstar Angel has joined the Bad Guy Club. As a newest member of the club, you receive a pair of sunglasses, a switchblade, and a leather jacket. Thank you for joining the baddest club on Twitch TV. And as always, remember to stay bad because being bad is fun. As the newest follower, Morningstar, there are 2 challenges that you're going to have to go through. They are going to be really tough challenges. Are you up for it? Can you handle it? As Myron Reed, no, wait a minute, I was going to say Myron Reed sitting Will Ospreay back in the ring instead. And Ospreay could risk getting counted out here. And it was going to go try hit that rope. And these two locking back up. All right, Morningstar, your 2 questions. Who are your top 5 favorite wrestlers? What are your top 5 favorite snack foods? Big chop for Myron Reed. Oh, and Ospreay fighting back. Oh, these two lighting each other up. Blocking from Ospreay blocks. Right hand chop. Overhand chop from Myron. Chop from Ospreay. Chop from Myron. Overhand strike from Ospreay. He blocks one from Myron Reed. Another chop. Super kick. Did that one just rock Myron? And a smirk from Ospreay telling Myron Reed to get back up. Irish whip from Myron Reed. Wait a minute. Ospreay instead goes through the ropes. Kick. Ospreay springboard. Forearm, and Myron Reed moves on out of the way. Let's do both. Current and all time. Wait a minute. Myron Reed crucifix pin. What an opening in this match. Dot's top 5 snacks is crazy. That's not true at all. Head scissor take over Myron Reed. Now Myron in control. Cutter! Ospreay, neck breaker. No, wait a minute. Form to the back of the neck. Dude, Nerds clusters are so good. They are really good. I had a pack a few days ago, man. You just DM me, Benny boy. So you get to pick 2 wrestlers. You can pick either a male wrestler and a female wrestler, a male wrestler in a tag team, or a female wrestler in a tag team. You DM me your picks, and then we will figure something out for you next stream, my brother. Those are your characters, so those are the characters you play as. You can change your characters every pay-per-view. I typically do a pay-per-view every 60 days. That way we get some time with each wrestler. If your wrestler is a champion or involved in a prominent storyline, you cannot change your wrestler until they lose the title or that storyline reaches its conclusion. Ospreay all over Myron Reed now. Elbows. Myron Reed with elbows to the rib cage. And an Irish whip. Inverted atomic drop. Has the legs. Does Myron? Splits it. Splits that wishbone. And now Ospreay might be in trouble. Wait, Myron Reed rolling out of the way. Oh, axe kick from Myron. Booker T would have been hyped about that. Myron with a pin. Ospreay out at 2. And a drop kick to follow up. Rolling uppercut from Myron. Springboards in. The elevation. Now Myron Reed top rope. Ospreay getting to his feet. I'm not sure if Ospreay's aware of where he's at. Myron Reed coming down with an arm drag. Ospreay rolling to the outside. Comes back in. He needed a reset, and Ospreay, that reset paid off because now Ospreay Irish whip, and I think we're about to see the aerial assault from these two. Dragon suplex! Ocarina of Time is a top 5 game. Ocarina of Time I prefer Majora's Mask, but I love both games. I still think the best Nintendo 64 game is Ogre Battle 64. That's my favorite game. I could play it right now and still tear it up. I really like Paper Mario. I thought Paper Mario was good. I don't remember if I think Thousand Year Door was on GameCube, but that game was fire as well. I'm still not sure about the new 2K game, man. I'm so annoyed about how they're doing the DLC and all the money that they kind of want involved to unlock these characters. It's a hard sell for me, dude. I really need to see gameplay. Gameplay has to be A1. If the gameplay is A1, then I will have less reservations about buying the game. If the gameplay is mediocre or not good, I'm for sure skipping this year. Running boot for Myron. These two are kind of going to war, dude. No way, dude. Donkey Kong 64 was fucking fire. And the multiplayer in that game was so good. Forearm from Myron. And now Myron, man, he's looking so good in the Sling Blade. And this is why Ospreay wanted this match. He wanted, show how good Myron was, and Myron almost had the pin there. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's probably gonna. Right now. It's like 80-20 for me on 2K. 80 gonna be a skip. When the game comes out and the review, I'm not pre-ordering it. That's for sure not gonna happen. If I buy it, it will be the week it comes out. It won't be the day. I want to see gameplay. Wait, Ospreay just countered that. I want to see gameplay, and I do want to read a couple of reviews. If I see any consensus that the gameplay is the same as this year's, I am not buying it. Sky Twister, Myron moving out of the way of a damn Sky Twister. When it catches the punch, counter. Myron has Ospreay on his shoulders, and Myron, crashing down to the canvas. I just remember Star Wars tried this shit with their Battlefront game years ago, 2017. And then the day the game came out, they went back. Ospreay showed her up. I don't see that happening for 2K. All time, Flair, Stone Cold, Taker, Jushin, Liger, Hayabusa. We actually had a Hayabusa in this interactive universe. Hayabusa was awesome. Who from AEW do you think would do good in WWE? I mean, I think promo-wise, MJF would hang with the best of them. Plus, I'd love to see MJF continue his feud with CM Punk. I think that'd be great. Outside of MJF, guys who I think would certainly be... I'd still love to see the Young Bucks in WWE if WWE actually gave a fuck about tag teams. The big answer, I think, probably would be MJF. Ospreay could day one be their top babyface. I mean, it wouldn't... Thing about Ospreay, it does not take much to really understand why he is who he is. Pinfall from Myron Reed and a 2 count. See, I don't know about... Jungle Boy can go. I just think Jungle Boy's a little smaller, and that works in AEW where the wrestlers all, they're not huge, but there's a lot of massive guys in WWE. I think he kind of sticks out. Right hand from Ospreay. Well, I was going to say go for another Tiger Suplex, but a jawbreaker instead from Myron Reed. And now Myron Reed counter. No, Myron Reed with a stunner. Slumdog. Oh my God, Takesha's great. I don't know, man. I don't think WWE has a good track record with Japanese wrestlers. I mean, they're kind of figuring it out with Io Sky and Asuka. But, I mean, Shinsuke was fucking top. When he went to NXT, and he looked great in NXT, and they called him up to main roster, and they had nothing for him. Wait a minute, Ospreay counters. I think this match is better than Bayley and Chelsea Green. Myron with an Irish whip. Hurricane Rana taking Ospreay off his feet. These two just kind of matching each other and high-flying offense. Whoa. Myron Reed won this match. There's a lot of unexpected shit going down tonight. But that's also fine because I have something written for this. Okay, so how this match ends. Jesus. How this match ends. That match was really good. These two are having a hell of a match. They're matching each other in the aerial offense. You're getting a lot of high spots. Everything's looking good. Both guys are killing it. But then there is a part in this match where Myron Reed is on the outside. Ospreay climbs to the top rope. Ospreay dives to the outside with a moonsault, landing on his feet, and he picks Myron Reed up and tosses Myron Reed back in the ring. He looks like he's about to go for a pinfall. Referee leans down to check on Myron Reed, and before Ospreay can get in the ring, Jericho from out of nowhere has hopped over the barricade, and he drops Ospreay with the Judas effect. And Jericho picks up Ospreay and throws him into the ring. And Jericho ducks behind the apron. He ducks beneath the apron so the referee can't see him. He's just ducking out of the way, hiding behind the steel steps. And Myron Reed uses the ropes to get back to his feet. And Reed's not sure what's going on. He's confused. He's stunned. And Ospreay dazingly gets back to his feet as well. And Myron, not sure what's happening, sees it as his opportunity. He runs to the middle turnbuckle, springs off the middle turnbuckle, and catches Ospreay with the flame on cutter to earn the 1, 2, 3. And Myron Reed celebrating his win, heading up the ramp. He hasn't seen Jericho. Referee hasn't seen Jericho. Myron Reed, big win. He's pumped. Pumped that he got a win over Ospreay. And Jericho gets in the ring after Myron Reed is headed to the back, after Myron's in the back, and Jericho stalking over Ospreay. And when Ospreay gets to his feet, Jericho takes him out with a code breaker and then stands over Ospreay and says, "You're welcome," in reference to Ospreay thanking him for the house. And with that, where do you think Tetsuya Naito should go? I'd love to see him in AEW. I think he fits in better there. But also, what kind of shape is Naito in physically? You got, like, the thing about AEW, at this current juncture, you got to be able to go. And I'm not saying anything negative of Naito. But, like, you know, even Kota Ibushi, when he showed up in AEW, it was noticeable that he was, you know, kind of like a step or two behind where he used to be. Jericho standing proud over Will Ospreay, and he heads to the back. And we are minutes away from the tag match between Bullet Club and the Young Bucks. And we have the Combat League World Tag Team Champions backstage. They're on standby for an interview. Let's take it back to Hook and Aysen Darkhan, who unquestionably are watching this match with extra attention. Take it away, Bliss Boda. Wait a minute, what? Is Bliss there? Bliss? Okay, what's going on here? Are we ready for the interview? Are the champs ready for the interview? What? Oh. Okay, apparently something's going on backstage. What's going on? And the camera cuts backstage where Hook's head is being bounced off of one of the resin coffee tables by one man. And another man has mounted Aysen Darkhan, and he's just blasting into him with right hand after right hand. And it doesn't take long before our mystery attackers are identified as Dax Harwood and Cash motherfucking Wheeler of FTR. And even though Cash Wheeler is laying into Hook, Hook rushes over to Aysen, trying to push Dax off of Aysen to kind of help his partner out. But this leads to Cash and Dax jumping Hook as a result. And Aysen tries to get to his feet, but Dax and Cash then concentrate their efforts on him, and they beat him senseless. And before this attack can escalate into something more violent, referees arrive on the scene, and FTR leave the crime, as referees asking for EMTs, asking for medical as they check on Hook and Darkhan, and the FTR making their debut in Combat League and making a statement toward the tag team champions. And I mean, we got tag team action coming up next. FTR getting an immediate championship opportunity. They might. Hey, if someone says they want to play as FTR, goddamn it, they can play as FTR. I'm with it. FTR now played by Lion Cub. Doug Foster out. He has subbed Doug Foster being subbed for a tag team. He said he wanted to strengthen the tag division. I'm gonna tell you, Lion Cub, man. Let me just speak on Lion Cub before we get to the next match. Lion Cub DMs me, and when Lion Cub DMs me, this guy always thinks out every decision. He plays out every decision with me. And he's like, okay, man, so Doug Foster's out. So this is what I'm thinking for my next pick. He's like, I could play Mike Santana. I like Mike Santana. I think there are some cool feuds for Mike Santana in the singles division. I really like that. He's like, I also, just as a wild card pick, I picked Satnam Singh. Satnam Singh, big guy. You know, there's, you know, he's a little bit different from some of the other wrestlers. I think it'd be very interesting to see how he's used in Combat League. And then he said, or I'm also thinking about helping the tag team division really strengthen. And I think if I played FTR, that would help the tag team division a lot. And you can ask Lion Cub, at no point in that conversation did I say, pick FTR. I said, man, whichever one works for you. And he came back and he said, I'm picking FTR because I really want to help the tag division become big. Fuck yeah. We got FTR in the house, baby. And you know, I am not going to complain about that. Do you reckon WWE has a problem with Japanese talent? You know, I don't know if it's like a targeted problem. Like they don't like I think that it's not that they have a problem with Japanese wrestlers. I just think that it's hard. You know, I think from their viewpoint as producers and creative, if you can't speak English, it makes it difficult. But I just feel like, you know, Shinsuke Nakamura, he didn't say a word on his NXT debut. The bell rung, the match started, and everyone knew exactly what Shinsuke was about. He got over that way. You know what I mean? Whether, and not even just the bell, his entrance, the way he comes out, the kind of like weird charisma, the dancing and stuff that he does. I mean, you didn't really need to know a lot to understand his character. And that's where I think WWE struggles. I think AEW struggles with that. Guys, there's just this belief that to get over, you have to cut a promo. And that works for some guys, but I think there are other guys who they have other ways to tell stories. I'll never forget. I tell this story. Well, I don't really tell this story all the time. I will never forget when Nacho Mac and I were watching Swerve when he debuted in AEW, and the crowd was chanting. They were chanting Swerve's house, and he's with Tony Schiavone. They're on the top of the stage, and they're chanting whose house, and basically Swerve says, "Follow me, Tony," and he struts down the ramp with Tony beside him. And he's basically just letting Tony pick up all these people chanting Swerve's house. And then he walks back up the ramp and he's like, you know, he continues his promo. And I'm like, shit, that one thing right there kind of put Swerve over for me. Like, that like one little action just kind of made me like, oh, dude, Swerve's got swag. You know, the fucking whoop that trick. The way Trick Williams comes out, that theme song's playing, the crowd's chanting whoop that trick. And Trick is taking that shit in. He's looking around. He knows he's the shit. He's got that swagger on him. That got Trick over. That's physical charisma. That doesn't require a microphone. That doesn't require talking points. It's just understanding, like having that presence. I think Julia's really good with that, and it's a shame that they're not letting her. I don't know what it is. I don't know what the disconnect is for her in WWE. But I don't think she's over. And Julia is a wrestler that you guys have seen me in Discord talk about Julia for years before she even debuted. It's just a shame that like we haven't really gotten to that untapped potential she has. Young Bucks, baby! Meiko Satomura was awesome. Man, she was awesome in the Mae Young Classic. I remember we went to Starcast Chicago. This was 2019, the weekend of All Out 2019. And they had a panel called The Women of AEW. And Brandy Rhodes was talking about, like, who are some women that you think we should sign? I literally spoke on that panel and I said, you guys should, if WWE does not have Meiko Satomura locked in, that is someone that I would love to see in your women's division. And they were kind of like, okay. It never happened, of course, but I fucking love Meiko Satomura. And here we go. Bullet Club, Dead or Alive, Young Bucks, and look at, he already knew. Nick Jackson knew he was in trouble in that corner, dropping Juice Robinson, and again, that's that distraction. Robinson distracted, courtesy of Haku Sakamoto. Kota Ibushi was insane in the Cruiserweight Classic, he was. Yes, that's part of that documentary, Gaia Girls. That's a very interesting documentary to watch. It is about the training. We've talked about this. We talked about this last year. It was a documentary about the three rookie women training at the Gaia Girls camp, and I mean they just got brutalized. It's honestly a very interesting look at especially that particular era of professional wrestling in Japan, no less, because I imagine the New Japan Dojo was just as brutal. And a stomp from Juice Robinson. Oh, talking about Julia, I just saw you. Yeah, I agree with you. I don't think she's over. And well, I have to leave for now, but I definitely will be back. I want to see you, love your energy, can't wait to see more. Have a great day. Have a great one, everyone. Hey, take care. Wild Harpy, what's up, brother from another mother? Wait a minute, Bucks. Meltzer driver. Damn, they busted that out early. What is the most underrated match you've ever seen? I'm gonna pick two. For WWE, I think you guys should go back to Night of Champions 2014. AJ Lee versus Nikki Bella versus Paige. I think that was a really solid triple threat. I think that is the best Nikki Bella ever looked in a match. She worked kind of like a powerhouse style. She was definitely the powerhouse of the triple threat, and I thought she killed it. Can you really call Kenta and Sua an underrated match? Like, you kind of know what you're signing up for when you have those two in the ring. I feel like the Paige, Nikki Bella, and AJ Lee match surpassed expectations, and it was a match that I really thought, damn, dude, Nikki Bella can go. A match that I think is overlooked because I don't know how many people saw it, and it's a match that's like 10 minutes or less. It's an under 10-minute match. But there, I can't remember what indie did it, but it was an indie in 05 or 06. Shingo versus Austin Aries. They probably wrestled for a total of 9.5 minutes. They fucking went after it. That's like the best under 10-minute match I've probably ever seen. Other than Brock and Goldberg. Brock Goldberg at WrestleMania, that match was like, I don't know what, 5 or 6 minutes, but it's 5 or 6 minutes of the craziest shit you'll see in a match. Shamrock and Mankind, I don't remember that. Yes, Myron Reed beat Ospreay, but Jericho kind of helped it happen. Man, Ricky Marvin, I remember that guy used to appear. I never saw Ricky Marvin outside of the appearances he'd have in New Japan, but I always heard I heard nothing but great things about him. I heard he was great. And Zaguri from Matt Jackson. Top 5 luchadors. I'm not really well versed on Lucha Libre. I mean, I obviously feel that you have to have Rey Mysterio Jr. and you have to have Mystico. I mean, if you're going to talk about legacy, El Santo has to be on there just because of the legacy he's left. But like, that's really the extent of my knowledge on luchadors. Now, out of the luchadors that I've personally got to see wrestle, I mean, yeah, Rey Mysterio, definitely number 1. I love Psychosis growing up. I thought he was awesome. I like what I'm seeing of Mystico now because I do try to watch some of the CMLL shows when there's AEW wrestlers on them. I mean, that dude's over like Rover. Since we heard about your thought on underrated match, what's your most overrated match? Man, you're gonna get me into a rant about overrated. Like, I don't believe in overrated, right? Because overrated, I say this exact thing every time someone says overrated. Overrated to me is you're basically saying that I didn't like this thing as much as everyone else did. But how can you really account for the tastes and opinions of other people? Because they're not your opinions. So instead of overrated, I just like to say a match that I personally didn't like that maybe other people did. Tommaso Ciampa, Johnny Gargano in their non-sanctioned match. Although that match was a little hokey. I'm not really a fan of Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels 2 at WrestleMania 26. I think that kind of is where you see a lot of the finisher matches start. Those are two matches that I'm not a big fan of. 450 Splash. Honestly, I'm going to be real. I didn't like Cody and John Cena at SummerSlam. I thought it was okay. I thought the match was okay. But, I mean, it was better than the WrestleMania match by far. But it was not a match that I walked away from thinking like, damn, man, I want to watch that again. It was just a match that happened. And Matt Jackson smashing Robinson's head on that top turnbuckle. I don't even know what the breakups are right now. So we have a rule in tag team matches. Each team gets 3 breakups before I take control of the wrestler on the apron. Someone remind me, have we had any breakups yet? I didn't like AJ versus Cena at Crown Jewel that much. I didn't see it. You guys know I have been on a WWE sabbatical. I think Royal Rumble was legit the first show that I've watched. Okay, I lied. I did watch the damn War Games match because I like War Games, and I thought they butchered it. Who used the pin, little Craig? 450. That's a breakup from Bullet Club. Are we 1 breakup each, or is it 2 breakups for Bullet Club? Morte in trouble here. What's your opinion on Triple A? So 2 breakups from Bullet Club. I don't have an opinion on Triple A. I don't watch it. I just don't. I don't really follow luchadors a whole lot. I don't watch Lucha Libre. I have no issues with Lucha Libre. It's, you know, when I was growing up in high school and middle school, I'll be the first to say it was the Japanese wrestling that I found the most compelling. And now the Bucks break it up. So 2 breakups from Bullet Club, 1 breakup from the Bucks. It was the Japanese wrestling that I found most interesting. And that's what I had the most access to. I didn't have access to the Lucha Libre shows. And I really feel like, I think that's probably why I don't watch now, you know what I mean? I have been keeping up with All Japan and New Japan in some semblance or form since 2005, whereas I just didn't have that kind of access to the Mexican wrestling. Now, I will say I liked when TNA would bring in the guys from Mexico. Like, who did they would bring in guys like, oh my God, who were they bringing in? When they would do those international Grand Prix, they would have guys from Mexico on there. I guess maybe I don't remember them, so never mind. Yeah, but you know what? I think Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne are more over now as part of the whatever their gimmick is than they were doing whatever they were doing before. So it sucks, but I mean, it's what the fans are responding to, so you got to go with it. But I mean, they kind of fucked up Pete Dunne by doing the Butch thing anyway. Why was he Butch? Why was he kind of this unhinged guy that followed Sheamus and Rich Holland around? It was weird. Oh my God, man! There's 2 matches from Bate that I just think, like, how can you not like Bate's work? Bate and Gunther, they had a match the weekend of All Out 2019. NXT UK did a takeover. Tyler Bate challenging Gunther for the championship. I'm telling you, that is like that really is what I would consider like a modern classic. It really felt like a classic world championship match. Both guys looked phenomenal. Bate might be a little smaller, but he wrestles big, so it doesn't matter. And then there is a Bate and Pete Dunne match from a Progress show And I want to say it's their farewell show when they, like, before they officially signed to WWE on a full-time basis. It was their last appearance together. And, I mean, they tore the house down. Yeah, the Butch stuff was weird to me, bro. I couldn't get into it at all. Muerte in trouble. Going into the corner of the Young Bucks. There's something with tag team matches. I really think you have to have them at the beginning of the stream. It's crazy. It's not that this match is long, but it's just like, I don't know. Tag team matches just don't have a flow to them. Which is interesting because I thought that Hurt Business and Hook and Aysen match was fire. That's got to be it from the Bucks, man. Muerte is not moving. And he doesn't go for a pin. Mike Awesome, was a guy in ECW. Yeah, I think it's fascinating that that's just a regular move. I made it their finisher, not knowing that they already had it as a tag team move. And now Muerte on the outside. And that's it for Bullet Club, by the way. They can't break up any more pinfalls. So Muerte is really going to have to be fighting his ass off. The Bucks really have so many signature moves that they win matches with that, like, you could go more bang for your buck. You could go Meltzer Driver. You could do Indie Taker. You could do the BTE trigger. I mean, man, I don't care what anyone says. I think the Young Bucks, if not the greatest tag team of all time, at least the greatest modern tag team. And I'm going to say what I say. There ain't a close second. FTR is probably up there, but I just feel like I get so much more mileage from the Young Bucks right now. Even when Young Bucks are doing things that I'm not a fan of, like I didn't like the EVP thing. I mean, my God, they still had that match with Swerve and Ospreay that was fucking phenomenal. Iconics, the best tag team. You are an Iconics fan. You have been with them since day one. Briscoes versus, they had a good series of matches. Hell yeah. I still want to see that, man. I would kill to see Usos and Bucks. I'd kill to see Usos and FTR. I know we got that match, but we didn't get the match the way we deserve. I'd kill for that. Well, here's the thing, Ozzer. So what I do is once they go for a pin, I take control of the other wrestler on the apron so he can't come in and break it up. So there will be an end. It's just we got to get to the pinfall. Knee for Matt Jackson. These two teams going after it, but the story really has been Juice Robinson not focused. You know, Dax Harwood says he really liked that Uchiha thing because he enjoyed it because he felt like it got to show character range. And I can respect that. He really enjoyed the parts where he had to do more character work as opposed to in-ring stuff. So he actually liked Uchiha. And he was not, at least I didn't get the vibe that he was trolling. There's the banana clip from Bullet Club. And this, I think, is the final breakup from the Bucks. It is anybody's ball game now, folks. No more breakups from either team. Jesus, just a fucking headbutt right to the midsection. My God. Juice, I don't know what he was doing there. Just shoulder tackle that was clumsy as fuck. Irish whip. Right hand from Juice. I'm just going to pull him. No, wait a minute. Just drops him over that middle rope. Guillotine. I'm done with Jey Uso. What did Jey Uso do to you? You say that like you hang out with him or some shit. Like, yeah, me and Jey Uso, we're done. Y'all were boys, and now all of a sudden, now you're not boys. Is that how it is? Robinson slingshot to the outside. He just paid for it. And that again, that's that distraction we're talking about. Man, I wonder if when Johnny probably goes to AEW, if we're gonna get DIA versus. I don't know, dude. I really don't think they should do that tag team. I'm gonna be real. I don't think they should do the DIY tag team. Tommaso Ciampa in just 2 appearances, in just 3 appearances in AEW has really kind of completely undone a lot of the... Nope. Damn it, I fucked that up. Oh well, they got a free one. I think he's reestablished some equity in the Tommaso Ciampa character. Because how do you reset? Someone remind me, how do I reset camera? No. What is this shit? Someone give me the quick tricks. I guess I press something. Let's set it like this. This'll work. Yeah, I pressed down the right stick and that's I didn't hit any, like... I'm hitting on my Just Fossil. Why are you hitting on my Just Fossil? This has got to be it, right? Super kick. Robinson spiked. All you got to do is go for the pin. Oh no, he's going for another super kick. And Juice catches it. On cinematics, like this camera one, I guess it's okay. This is like a Japanese style camera angle, I guess. You know, my only interaction with why is it not letting me why is it not letting me select anybody? Wait a minute, what? Oh, duh. Wow, Bullet Club just won, baby. Bullet Club beating the Young Bucks. How about that? And FTR watching from the stage, looking at Bullet Club. Okay, well, there you go. So we're going to get Bullet Club and FTR at some point. That match was fire. That match was fire. I'll give you that. Took a little longer than what I would have liked, but I ain't complaining. You got to do tag matches at the beginning. And after that match is over, we get an Aleister Black vignette. And Aleister Black, he's sitting in a dark room, candles in the background, and he says, Haku Sakamoto, I find you intriguing. Family can be a complicated dynamic. Even more so when you strike out at them in cold blood. I do have my reservations about what you did to Jay White, but I get it. In some ways, I even respect you. Like me, you've realized that friendships, that relationships tether you. They hinder real potential. So while everyone else portrays you as the villain, I at least resonate with your motivations, Sakamoto. But your motive isn't why I have respect for you. At Combat Evolved, you and I went face to face, and it was that moment that I realized I was staring in a mirror. Your eyes said it all. Violence doesn't delight you. You don't get off on hurting people. Violence is your means of surviving in a world that doesn't give a damn about you. That's something that I know all too well. You've requested me as your first challenger for the YouTube Championship. And it's made me curious, Haku. Is this cold world really ready for the kind of violence that we will bring in that ring? I guess we'll find out. And our main event of Combat Evolved, our next Combat Evolved is going to be Haku Sakamoto defending the YouTube Championship against Aleister Black. And now it is time. You know, I got to look at the redemptions. I have a document this time that has everyone listed. But for a minute, here's the thing. Oh, you're requesting a Twitch TV Championship match as Bayley. Okay. Bayley wants a match. We can give Bayley a match. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. That works for me. Main event time, folks. And I want to see the gigantic Chungus pancakes out. I'm talking the Chungus Among Us pancakes. I don't want any of this. I don't want this money hiding. I don't want anything. I don't want no excuses. You know what I'm going to say just straight up? I want no bitch assness. No bitch assness for this main event. This is a title eliminator. Dominik Mysterio said one more match. And Rey Fenix going to give it to him. He shouldn't. But he's going to. Who want me? Oh, you missed the beginning. Liv Morgan said she's going to give Dom one more chance. And I wonder why. When is Maddox making pancakes? I made pancakes for Bad News Boda once. Reunited and it feels so good. Liv Morgan back in the orange. She looks a little annoyed, but you know what? She's hoping her man wins the title tonight. She's hoping, or not tonight, she's hoping her man beats the world champion tonight. She's hoping her man earns a world championship match. Dominik Mysterio out here. And I want to see those that's small pancakes. Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Let me hold on. I gotta change this. We're refunding points back, boys. Points are getting refunded. I typed Rey Mysterio. I got so confused. All right, it's back up. Get the points out. No bitch assness. Who want me?
We will fly to the heavens and align with the savages.
And there he is. He's carrying the Journey World Heavyweight Championship and the Combat League Men's World Championship. And at Unified, those titles will be made into one. We are going to redesign. We're going to have a new championship design. Maybe. If I feel the gumption to make a redesign. If I have time. But the idea is Unified, those titles will be formed into one belt. But until then, your champ's carrying both titles. If he has an ego, he's earned it. You can't say he hasn't. He's beat Seth Rollins. He's beat Yoshihiro Takayama. He's beat Dominik Mysterio 3 times. He is the Combat League World Champion, and that man has been proudly defending that belt. And he had said he didn't want to wait until Unified to defend against CM Punk. He wanted to give someone else a chance leading into the road to Unified. This is a title eliminator. Dominik Mysterio, the first ever Combat League World Champion, wanting that title eliminator match, begging for it, and Fenix is going to give it to him. If Dominik Mysterio wins this match, he will earn a world championship match. And Fenix even opened to giving him that match next week, apparently. And you would think, 3 matches, you would think Dominik has a lot figured out from Rey Fenix, but it seems like every time Fenix gets in this ring, we learn something new about him. We learned he has limits. I mean, the limits that Takayama took him in at Genesis. Insane. The first ever champion, Dominik Mysterio. There's only been 2 champions in Combat League, Fenix and Mysterio, and here they are one-on-one in this ring. Ray Fenix beating Dominik Mysterio, and actually beating Dominik the same way he did. He earned a title eliminator match. He beat Dominik in that title eliminator, and then beat him in the rematch. And it's been downhill for Dominik since then, losing Liv Morgan breaking up with him, but Dominik saying he can do it, just give him one more chance. Fenix granting him that chance, and Liv in the corner of Dom. She's back. Dominik's having a great night. But what happens if he loses tonight, misses that moonsault though? Doesn't have to worry about it right now because in control of things as he connects with a Russian leg sweep that brings Ray Fenix, the champion, to the floor. We're just going to have to ignore Liv Morgan out there. Misses that cross body though. And now Fenix. Oh, just stomping on Ray. Now goes for a pin. Fenix might have it, or that double stomp. Nope, Dominik got it 1. Right hand from Dominik as the 2 back to their feet. Now Dominik, head scissors takeover. And now they both get locked up in a collar elbow tie up. Dominik getting Fenix against those ropes. Referee having to get in there and break this up. And Dominik cheap shot kick to the midsection. And you got to respect Dominik. He wanted this match. And he asked for it. Was the first in line. And Ray Fenix, absolutely, I'll do it again. Dominik knows what's at stake. And you see Dominik. Oh, look at Liv. But you got to pay attention to Liv too. That's what you got to worry about. Telling the referee to check the ropes. Claiming the ropes were loose. That's why Dominik had issues there. I respect him for, I mean, come on, man. The kid has heart. He could have just kept saying, it's unfair. I got beat by Fenix. He's in here. He's in here. Fenix offering a match, not offering a title match, offering a title eliminator, and Dominik wants it. Dominik wants back in this ring with Fenix. Where was Seth Rollins claiming he deserves a rematch? Where was Rollins at? Rollins never asked for a rematch. DDT though from Fenix, and that's where things went downhill for Yoshiro Takayama at Genesis. Fenix sending Dominik Mysterio back in the ring. And another stomp from Fenix. Fenix again, another pinfall. Fenix top rope misses the moonsault. And now Dominik clawing at Fenix in that mask. You know, anyone that beats Seth Rollins is good in my books. Anyone who beats Seth Rollins, good in my books. And now, wait, Dominik. Oh, wait a minute. Gonna dial it up. Not at 619. And there, a beautiful senton. And oh, I thought Dominik had it. I really thought Dom had it there. I'm not gonna lie, even Liv Morgan did. Look at Liv Morgan. She thought he had that. She thought her man had that pin. And wait now, Dominik coming back with the Three Amigos. Wow, Dominik looking really good in this go around. He said he wanted one more match and he got it. Man, he has taken this opportunity. Scoop slam from Dom. Dom not done though, picking Ray Fenix back up and spine buster. And Dominik looking at Liv, I got you, girl. Frog splash from Dominik. Pinfall. And Dominik, no! I thought the referee counted 3. I thought he counted 3. Fenix showed her up. Dominik moonsault springboard. Wow. Fenix still alive. I really thought Dominik had it. And Fenix moving out of the way of whatever that was Dominik had planned. Wait a minute. Right hands from Dominik, though. He's not done. German suplex. Dominik still in this. What a main event. Kicks to the mid. No, and Fenix blocks that second kick. Those leg kicks, man. He didn't like those. Champion did not like those, and gonna make Dominik pay for it. Big chop. And now tying up Dominik's leg in that rope. And he's got Dominik. Oh, wait, Dominik counter, sunset flip. Dominik with a pin. And he's still in here. No, Dominik's not it. No, Rey Fenix kicks out again. Dominik kicking the midsection, going right, targeting the ribs. And now the stomps to the chest. And Dominik and Rey Fenix, I mean, these two know each other so well in that ring. Frog splash again, no! Dominik misses! And Rey Fenix! And Rey gets a 2 count! Have it have suplex from Fenix! Man, that one turned Dominik inside out. And this is where the champion accelerates. This is where he accelerates. Oh, double step to the outside! Dominik thought he got away, and Fenix went right after him. And now wait, Dominik rips out the mask again. Taking every shortcut he can, but when there's a world championship match at stake, why wouldn't you? Not defending Dominik Mysterio, but I understand. Kind of like Aleister Black was saying, he understood Haku's motivation. I understand Dominik's motivation. This is it. If he can't do it this time, he might not ever get a shot at Rey Fenix again. Falcon on Michinoku driver right on the outside. And he sends Fenix into that turnbuckle post, the LED light. Look at it. It's flickering. And these two might get counted out here. Have to be careful. Fenix sending Dominik back in. And man, you gotta just appreciate Fenix, man. This guy is a wrestler's wrestler. You want to talk about the fighting spirit. You want to talk about never giving up. This guy is kind of really took the torch from John Cena, in my opinion. And now Dominik top rope. Another frog splash connects. He's just got to get the pin, but he's hurt. Dominik, no! Again, Rey Fenix has kicked out. Neckbreaker, yeah, 20-second count out in WWE, or in Combat League. But we call it 10. 20 just to give them time to wrestle outside. I do not like double count outs, so I do 20. Wait a minute, Fenix. Oh, just spiking Dominik. And Dominik got it too. He's still alive. This match. Look, come on. Can I get a this is awesome? Can I get dimes? This match they're doing. Frog splash from Fenix. Fenix has it. 1, 2, 3. No, Dominik got it too. My God. Fenix moonsault from the top. He's not done. And now going to the apron. Springboard. Another senton. A fourth. Dude, Fenix is just hitting everything. And Liv Morgan, of course. Trying to get involved, but I don't know. I don't think Dominik can do it. Wait. Dominik slowly back to his feet. And that kick. Fenix kicking. Dominik trying to attack Fenix from behind, but Fenix saw it coming and now has Dominik in those ropes. Oh, that's it. That's gotta be it! Rey Fenix has done it again! Who will beat Rey Fenix? And Liv Morgan, she cannot believe it. And she storms up the stage, completely upset at Dom. And Fenix grabs both of his titles. And he gets back in the ring. And Dominik, he's slowly getting back to his feet. And he looks at Rey Fenix. He's dazed. He's holding the back of his head. He looks at Rey Fenix and says, I was this close. I almost had you. I was this close, Rey. And Fenix not disagreeing. You almost had me. You almost had me. You have my respect. And Fenix showing respect to Dominik. You're damn good. You're good. But before these two can really say much else, it doesn't matter. Because coming out from the crowd and surrounding the ring are Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong, Barry Barnes, and Ilya Dragunov. Each man on a different side of the ring. And Rey Fenix and Dominik Mysterio, they look at each other. And then they look around and they look at these four men. And again, no matter what's between Fenix and Dominik, they set their differences aside because in unison, Strong, Ilya, Barnes, and O'Reilly all hop on the apron. And Fenix and Dominik move in opposite directions, throwing punches at the four men, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because you can't put up a fight. These two men cannot put up a fight against four because before it's said and done, Barnes, Ilya, O'Reilly, and Strong, they have overwhelmed Dominik and Rey Fenix, and they are laying the two men. They're laying them out, just beating the hell out of them. And Liv Morgan, she's up at the stage, and she's pissed at Dom. And she's so upset that Dominik lost again, but she's left with a choice. Leave Dom behind, leave Dom for good, or fight for your man. And it doesn't take Liv Morgan long to make a decision because she decides to walk to the back, but then she stops and she comes back out and she runs down the ramp and she gets in the ring and she begins slapping Barry Barnes over and over, and Barnes trying to cover up and he has to retreat in the corner and Liv goes crazy on Barnes. And then Liv looks at the other three, and she's daring one of them to fight her. She's daring one of the three to fight her, but Anna Adams has joined the fray, and she clocks Liv Morgan from behind with the Twitch TV Championship. And Barry Barnes hugs Anna, and the two start making out right then and there in the ring as Dragunov, Roderick, and O'Reilly continue their beatdown of Dominik Mysterio and Rey Fenix. And O'Reilly is choking Fenix out. And Anna is stomping on Liv Morgan. And Barry Barnes is laying into Dominik with right hand after right hand. And with Fenix, Dom, and Liv laid out in the ring, the sound system goes off. And Seth Rollins struts out on stage with the smirk on his face, and he slowly walks down the ramp. He is beyond satisfied with the carnage playing out before him. However, before Seth can even get in the ring, Maxwell Jacob Freeman makes a beeline from the back, and he attacks Seth Rollins from behind, rocking Rollins with several clubbing blows. But MJF, he makes a mistake. He's so angry and so driven on this revenge against Seth Rollins that when Rollins retreats to the ring, MJF follows behind him. And as soon as MJF gets in the ring, Barnes, Dragunov, O'Reilly, and Strong, they jump him. And it is a straight gang assault. MJF cannot fight back. They are just beating the hell out of him. No different than they did Fenix. No different than they did Liv. No different than they did Dominik Mysterio. And with MJF dispatched, Rollins assesses the carnage. He loves what he sees. He gives a nod to Barry Barnes. He gives a nod to Ilya Dragunov. He gives a nod to Anna, to Roderick and Strong, and everyone. They are just besides themselves with what they have done tonight. And Seth Rollins then picks up the Combat League Men's World Championship, and he's fixated on it. But up on the turnbuckle is the Journey Junior World Heavyweight Champion Satanta, and he leaps over Barnes, Ilya, Anna, O'Reilly, and Strong, and he takes out Seth Rollins with a splash, because keep in mind, Rollins curb stomped him at Genesis after that match with Finn Balor, and Satanta has mounted Seth Rollins, and he's laying into Rollins with right hand after right hand, but Strong and O'Reilly pull Satanta off of Seth, and now everyone jumps Satanta. And then another theme song hits the PA system.
You know it's all about the power.
And Adam Cole is here. And Adam Cole sprints down the ramp. And he ducks a clothesline from Barry Barnes. And he drops Barnes with a super kick. Then he drops Ilya Dragunov with a super kick. Then O'Reilly eats a super kick. And Adam Cole has another super kick set up. But he stops when he realizes it's Roderick Strong. And Strong, what are you doing, Adam? We're supposed to be boys. Does this not mean anything to you? And Roderick Strong throws up the Undisputed Era symbol. And Adam Cole, he's not sure what to say. He's not sure what to do. But he doesn't get a chance because Ilya Dragunov takes him out with a Torpedo Moscow, and then Roderick Strong kneels down beside Cole. I tried to help you, Adam. You didn't want to listen. You made me do this. And Roderick just starts choking Adam out. And Rollins is just taking all of this in. He is enjoying this. And referees and security, they try coming out to stop this madness, but anytime one of them get in the ring, they are taken out. And Rollins, he then curb stomps Satanta. Then he curb stomps Adam Cole. And he curb stomps Dominik Mysterio. And Combat League World Champion Rey Fenix, he eats a curb stomp. And then Rollins orchestrates Barry Barnes and Roderick Strong to grab MJF. And MJF is trying to claw. He's trying to pull away from Barnes and Roderick. He's trying to get at MJ. He's trying to get at Seth Rollins. And there's blood dripping down MJF's face. And Rollins just starts right hand, beating the piss out of MJF, and MJF, his face is a mask. I mean, it is covered. He's soaked. And Rollins, he just kneels beside him. He goes, I warned you, Max. I told you. This is what would happen when you decide to drive me to this level. I am going to take extra enjoyment in hurting you, Max. And MJF spits blood right in Seth Rollins' face, and Rollins wipes the blood from his face, and he smirks, and he hits the ropes, and he stomps down on MJF's skull with extra force. MJF just goes, just flat. He doesn't move. He's done. And Barry Barnes picks up the Combat League World Championship, and he straps it around Seth Rollins' waist, and he raises Seth Rollins' hand. He says, Bret Hart can go to hell because this is the real world champion of Combat League. And Seth Rollins' music hits the PA system again. And Combat League ends with Seth Rollins standing in the center of the ring with the Combat League World Championship around his waist, and he's flanked by Roderick Strong, Kyle O'Reilly, Ilya Dragunov, and of course Barry Barnes and Anna Adams. They can't help but they're just kissing all over each other. They're tongue deep, just making out. Anna Adams holding up the Twitch TV Championship. And Combat League goes off the air, folks. That is the end of our show tonight. There you go. That is our show. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let's get those predictions going. Fenix with another big win. But now we know why Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong went out of their way to find Ilya Dragunov and Barry Barnes. So, folks, how did we feel about the show tonight? Any last thoughts before I get off? And as far as our next show, I haven't decided if I want to do it this weekend, which if I do it this weekend, I think I could do it Thursday. I'm not going with the prophecy for it. I don't even know if they really have a name. Cody Saturn did his thing. Benny Boy, we want you a part of our universe, so please DM me your picks. King Zayn, we're going to get you on the next show. N0, I actually have you on the next show. I have a match planned for your wrestler that you were DMing me about. I have a setup for that. So we're probably going to do the show Thursday night. I'm off Thursday. It'll probably be like a 6:05, kind of like what we just did, or a 5:30. And then I don't know about next week. I might take next week off. We'll see. I might take next week off and just give you guys one more show this week. That is Combat League episode, 13, 14, I don't know. We have, Rollins has put together an elite squad. Jesus Christ, everyone just got destroyed. So, folks, that's the end of the stream. I'm Bad Guy Maddox, Twitch's #1 bad guy. You guys are the Bad Guy Club, the baddest club on Twitch TV. As always, remember to stay bad, because being bad is fun. Take care, folks, and bye.